iLive features a comprehensive engineer's monitoring system with headphones and local monitor outputs available at the surface and headphones duplicated at the mix rack. The audio anywhere in the signal path can be listened to using these monitor outputs and checked on the dedicated PAFL meters. Dedicated surface and touchscreen controls and user preferences let you configure the monitor system the way you want to work. Each fader control strip includes a PAFL key. Press this to check the signal associated with the strip. Input channel PAFL overrides mix master PAFL. This means you can listen to the monitor mix using an aux master PAFL, then check an input source by pressing its channel PAFL. Releasing the channel PAFL restores the aux master PAFL. Pressing and holding any select key in the processing control section for more than a half a second sends the audio at that point in the signal path to the monitor. For example, you can press the preamp select key to check the signal before the EQ and dynamics. Master keys to the right of the strip select the function of the PAFL keys to be pre-fade listen or after fade listen. These can be set independently for the input channels and mix master outputs. AFL is pre-mute and stereo in place, so you can check it after the pan and image controls. Normal setting is PFL for the inputs to check the signal before you bring up the faders, and AFL for the outputs. The PAFL meters display the level of the selected source, and PAFL active indicators light when one or more PAFL keys are selected. The Clear All key clears the current PAFL selections. In addition to the level controls, a mono switch allows summing left and right signals in both headphones and local monitor outputs. The latter being available as a pair of balanced line level XLR connections on the rear of the modular iLive surface or TRS jacks on the rear of the fixed format iLive. The iLive solo in place system lets you listen to the contribution of signal channels in the main mix by muting all other channels. It does this using the channel mute keys. Solo in place mode is protected from accidental operation while mixing live by requiring a 2-key press. Hold down the blue SIP safes key and then press SIP. To exit this mode, simply press SIP. Solo in place is known as destructive as it affects the main front of house mix. It is intended for use during rehearsal or soundcheck only. For standard signal monitoring, use the system PAFL function to make selected input channels and masters safe from solo in place so that they are not muted when a channel is soloed. Hold down the SIP safes key and press the associated strip mix keys. It is typical to make the main mix, monitor and FX sends and FX returns safe in this way. The mix rack includes a headphone amp which duplicates the PAFL signal checked at the surface. This is useful in letting the stage technician hear the same signal being checked by the front of house engineer, or when you are using a laptop instead of a surface. Press the touchscreen PAFL key to open a page of options setting for the monitoring system. External IP talk to PAFL turns on or off the source assigned for external talkback into the PAFL monitor. Open the external talk to PAFL page to assign the source. Additive mode allows summing PAFL selections together. IME mix to headphones configures the headphones output to follow the IME master if used. When mix switch follow mix PAFL is active, pressing a fader strip PAFL key automatically selects the associated mix master's mix key, letting you adjust the mix sends and settings as you listen to each master. Mix switch follow input PAFL provides a similar link function for the input channel mix keys. When select follow PAFL is selected, pressing a fader strip PAFL key automatically selects the associated select key and therefore opens up the associated channel processing for quick adjustments. PFL trim lets you adjust the balance between PFL and AFL monitoring in situations where the average AFL level is much quieter than the PFL. Main to PAFL level sets the level of the main mix heard in the PAFL monitoring when no PAFL is active. You can save your main to PAFL levels as user libraries to recall your preferred settings later. iLive can be configured for dedicated monitor mixing. It can provide an engineer's dual wedge in-ear monitor facility when a combination of stage wedge speakers and in-ear monitor is used. Mono or stereo wedge and/or IEM master strips can be assigned on the surface. Mixes sent to the stage wedges can be monitored in just the engineer's wedge output, and the mixes sent to the in-ear system can be checked using just the IEM output only. This provides the equivalent of a top-end monitor console dual listen function. Assign Wedge and IEM master strips using the Surface Strip Setup screen. If you want full processing including GEQ and dynamics of the engineer's outputs, then make sure this is configured in the Mix Rack Mix Config screen. This will use up some of the 32 DSP mix channels. Patch the masters to sockets on either of the Mix Rack or Surface using the Output screen and plug these into your monitoring system. Select the Mix key on the Wedge master strip. Hold down the Assign key and press the Aux Master Mix keys to assign the Wedge mixes. Do the same to assign the auxes used for IEM mixes to the IEM master strip. The dual monitor system works by muting the monitor output not required, so pressing PAFL on the Wedge mix automatically mutes the IEM monitor output. Pressing PAFL on any input on mix master not assigned to either the Wedge or IEM master will not affect the mute status.